trying to check on your students and also trying to give instructions on how they can do better. So before I sit, I'll just look at the role of the student council executive. On the other parts, that is on the other categories, we have other members of staff that are going to deal with that. So the executive of the student council, here we are looking at, can you just try to remind the house which positions we have in the student council, in the student council executive positions? I want to hear from this side. Sorry?
Sanitation.
Executive, no. Sanitation is not in the executive. The position is the executive. Yes, just Valentina. Yes, Kondowe. The president one. Caleb. Not Caleb. Carlos. Publicity secretary. Is that Martha? Yes, Martha. Vice President. Joseph. Vice Publicity Secretary. Okay. So yes, those are the positions we have in the executive. We are looking at the executive. We are looking at those ones that have the positions in the topmost positions. In this case, that is, we are looking at the student council. So then we have these branches. That's where we have the members from each and every class. Now we have the roles of the executives is composed of, like in this case, we are looking at the executive being composed of 4 members elected on a school-wide basis, like that, what we did. And then we have the chairperson, who is the president, and then the vice president. We are also supposed to have the treasurer, but here we don't have monies to keep, so we do not have a treasurer here. And then we also have a secretary, who is the publicity secretary. So the executive is in charge of managing the student council's affairs. Those of us who have been elected in the executive, we should know that we are in charge of managing the student council's affairs. And then we are supposed to do this not all alone. We are not supposed to do it on like as a student council only. We are supposed to do this in liaison with the teacher or any staff members, teachers who are in charge, like that is the matrons. Like in this case, we have the matrons. Sometimes you have, maybe in the future there will be a male member in this committee, then it will be a patron. So you are supposed to work with those matrons or any responsible or designated teacher, staff member. And then we are also supposed to work as a team, not just maybe the president doing everything by himself or herself. It has to be a team task. Then the roles of the student council president, being a chairperson, the student council president is a supervisor of all activities conducted by the student council after the liaison teacher. And then the student council chairperson should ideally be a senior student, just like we did here. When we were doing our elections, we elected the student council president from what? From 3 years. That's where this point of saying it has to be a senior student comes in. And then he or she has to have some experience. But in this case, since this is just the beginning, we did not elect somebody with experience. But maybe after 2-3 years, those who are in Form 2, when they go into Form 3, they will maybe still aspire to become president, then they will have experience of being in the student council. So when they are being elected as presidents, they will already have that experience. And their duties of the president are serving of the student council and supervising all its activities and the activities of the members. So you have to supervise. You have to supervise activities of the members. Make sure that everyone is working. It doesn't mean that just because you are in the sports department, you should wait for that day of sports, that's when you can work. No, you're supposed to work basis. And then represent the student council and the student body to the administration and the school board. It is the responsibility of the president to represent the student council to the administration and the school board. And also schedule regular cabinet or mini councils as well as chair student council meetings. As I said, you are not supposed to only work sweeping the ground or trying to make your fellow students sweep. No, you have to have meetings. Try to prepare yourselves for leadership. Prepare the agenda for the meeting of the student council, and outlining what will be discussed. Means when we are learning in English classes, those of us who are present, we need to pay so much attention where we are learning maybe summary writing, not making these things are going to be applied when we are doing this. Represent the student council and the student body as a whole to the administrators, teachers, and visitors. Also encourage our fellow students for meetings so that the goals of the council can be met. And also keep regular contact with the committees to determine whether they are completing tasks in a timely manner. Secretary, publicity secretary, it is your duty to make sure that you inform others about that. We don't have to have the entertainment director going and publicizing about the whatever is going to happen. It has to be the publicity secretary. Okay, so I think we will be learning as we go. For now, at least we have an idea of what we are supposed to do. So for the other categories, I will leave that way to be done with my colleagues.
The presentation has been clear. I hope everyone has grasped their roles, especially for now the executive. You know what you are supposed to do, not so? Yeah, so for the remaining directors, we are going to hear from your representative teachers from various departments. Yeah, so as my fellow matron has highlighted a lot of issues on the how the council should conduct yourself. Yeah, so for us to have an effective student council, the members should always be motivated. You should always be motivated leaders. You should be always positive. You should be reliable. You should be what? Reliable. Not a teacher has come on duty. He or she is looking for a prefect to be working together. No prefect is around. Are you being reliable in that way? No. So you always need to be reliable. You should also be a good public speaker. You need to address issues to your fellow students. So you need to have this skill of public speaking. You should also be caring. You should be confident. You should also be punctual. Yeah. So as a prefect, you always need to be punctual. So these are some of the things that you should note as members of the student council. Okay. Yeah. So for now, let us have speeches from President, outgoing student council, then later we'll have a speech from our incoming president. Yeah, so let us start with the president outgoing. Give us a speech on how you are welcoming fellow students.
The head teacher, Mr. Gandonga, in absentia, the deputy head teacher, Mr. Mande, members of staff, my fellow student council, I welcome you to this meeting and thank you for allowing me to stand before you and deliver a speech on handover meeting. The head teacher in absentia, members of staff, I would like to thank you for trusting us, the outgoing student council, to work together with you. The outgoing student, I would like to thank you for cooperative we had during our time and good behavior as we were working together during our time. The new student council, I would like to encourage you to be the best by working hard in class as well as directing your fellow students. You are now the bridge between teacher and your fellow student. To be the best, respect is what is needed to the teacher as well as your fellow student. Members of staff, may you forgive us whenever we did something wrong. We are a human, we are not 100%. May you please work together with the new prefect as you did with us, the head teacher in absentia, members of staff, and all students. I thank you for your attention. May God bless you all.
Now, the incoming president, let's hear your speech.
The deputy head teacher, members of staff, the former prefects, my fellow prefects. I'm here to thank you for your great work which you have been doing. You have been a good example for us, and we have been learning a lot from you. I'll try my best as the president of this new student council to grow and to fall out and even better. Our council will make sure that you walk in your footsteps, like coming to school early, give you work equally, and being a responsible prefect. We wish you all the best as you will be trying and also when you will be sitting for your final exam. And we will be very happy if you will do well in your exam. You will make this school proud. I thank you for your attention.
Yeah, I hand for that. English. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Okay, now let us hear speeches from our teachers. We'll start from the library department, so the librarians take note from your librarian teacher. Let us have a speech from Madam Yasu.
Good afternoon. I'm going to talk about the duties in the library. When we talk of the library, it's the engine of the school, and it's a very sensitive department. We need prefects who are so honest and well disciplined, because it's the sensitive department. And we want you to work hand in hand with other prefects to take care of the books, because these books, when you use them, we expect your brothers who are still in primary school to use the same books. So you have to take care of the books. And we want honest prefects. Whenever there is theft, please report. Because we know we are coming from different backgrounds. Some of the students, they are very good at stealing. So please, let's be sensitive also, because the department is also sensitive. Let's take care of the books and make sure the library is always clean, and make sure the books are well arranged. Yeah, this is what I can say.
Yeah, a big hand for the... Yeah, so I hope the librarians have taken note of all your duties. Now let us hear from the Sports and Entertainment Department. We'll hear from Mr. Chisung. So the Sports and the Entertainment prefects, take note of your duties.
Protocol observed. On the sports and entertainment, let me start with the sports. I had 1,000 points, but I've summarized them into 3. Number 1, take care of sports equipment. Number 2, ensure that discipline is observed during all sports activities. Number 3, the last one, make sure the school wins in all the games. On entertainment, we enjoy our bodies to entertain. Therefore, out of 5,000 points, I've summarized them into 6. One, planning and organizing entertainment activities in the school in consultation with the responsible teacher. Secondly, liaising with entertainment teachers on entertainment activities that involve outsiders. Or some activities involve outsiders. Thirdly, enforcing order and discipline during entertainment activities. Other entertainment, they add a drink with sanitizer so that they are at Mount Everest. So ensure discipline. Ensure that there are no outsiders during entertainment activities. For example, during graduation, when it pulls outsiders, we know you have friends outsiders. You can't only medical graduation. You can't only Dimabonyera State graduation. So take control. Proper counting of funds if the school is holding a fundraising activity. Don't throw some funds in your pocket. Ensure transparency and accountability. Finally, work hand in hand with teachers when preparing for graduation. I understand the graduation. This year graduation is there, not so? So work hand in hand when preparing for graduation and other entertainment activities. May God bless you. Thank you.
Wow, let us yeah, so I hope everything is clear. Entertainment, take control of entertainment what? Activities. They have said of graduation, we should be in charge. Taking note who is singing during classes. We are not even near graduation period, but others have already started singing in classes. They are preparing. Please take note of those people and report them to the administration. So, yeah, make sure you all know your duties. Thank you very much. Those are the speeches. The last one is from the sanitation and furniture prefect. Yeah, so we forgot one thing. On the prefect board there, we added another department, which is furniture department. They should be looking after what? Furniture, desks, chairs and the like. And these are, let us introduce them again because we did it during the voting process. There's Justin Kweo. Can you stand up? Justin Kweo from 2, Rose Mangomba from 2, and Marcus Scale. Well, yeah, so these are the furniture what? Prefects. Yeah, so can you sit down? So for furniture and sanitation, we hear a speech from our teacher, that is Mr. Kaid.
Thank you very much, Director of Seminar. Good afternoon. Thank you. Once again, I just want to congratulate the new members of the Student Council and thank the outgoing Student Council for the work that you have done. From Sanitation Department, we usually involve all members of the council since we have a lot of station. So apart from those responsible for sanitation, as members of the council responsible for sanitation, all other members should also feel and work with all of us in the sanitation department. What I want to point out mostly that as students and as students who have been given responsibility in the council, let's be responsible enough for they did a very good job. So let's take example of such friends who did well. Now let's recognize and appreciate and know that at our school here we don't have workers who do the work around, we don't have ground laborers. So instead, we the students were the ones who are supposed to be working around here. Now the issue comes when you don't come to school at the right time. Because if you come at 7:30 to 8, you will not have time to work around. So as we are talking to the council here, help us to enforce this. The students must come early to school. You should have time to work. The responsibility of working is for all students. We don't have special students who are supposed to work. This is the duty of all students, including those who are in the council. Because when you say, I'm the prefect, I cannot work, that will make other students again not to work. Because you say, you are not exemplary, you don't work. But if you look at the friends that we are mentioning here, they were also working. They were coming early, they could also be exemplary, they were also working. So if the other students see you working as well, they cannot say, I cannot work. And if such a student is found who is refusing to do the work, please report immediately to us so that we take an action. Because each and everybody is supposed to be working together. So we empower you from this time onwards to say, if they meet problems with the fellow students, please inform us quickly so that an action should be taken. Because as we have been given this authority, this mandate, this responsibility, work to your maximum. Nobody should disturb you as you are doing this good job. So the school is in your hands. From orientation, you are holding a very big responsibility. So be responsible enough so that the work is done to the maximum and to the benefit of our school. Thank you very much.
The message is clear, loud and clear there. So now I call upon the head teacher. Give us
head teacher, the patrons, heads of department, fellow teachers, the outgoing president, the incoming president. My talk is based on the premise of 7 T's of leadership. Leadership is not about abuse of power. For absolute power corrupts absolutely, as one historian said. Leadership is about influence. You influence 20% of the people, so that those 20% can influence 80%. This is known as the 20-80 principle. Now, let me explain the 5 T's of leadership. Firstly, teamwork. As it was already hinted at, that teamwork means together everyone achieves more. When we work as a team, we are going to achieve more. In fact, we are going to influence 20% of your team, and the rest, that 20% will influence the rest, so much so that the work will be easier. Secondly, let's look at tact and diplomacy. In leadership, we have to have tact and diplomacy. By tact, we mean being sensitive in dealing with the people. You must have the skill how to deal with people. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to handle people. Thirdly, we can look at that is the temperament. In temperament, we can say we have to be quick, but not hasty in making decisions. When making decisions, you should do them quickly, but don't do those decisions hastily. Otherwise, you are going to make wrong decisions, or rather, impulsive decisions. Fourthly, we are going to look at time management. As a leader, you have to be punctual always. Try to do the activities within the specified time. Do not prolong the activities. But when you have a meeting, make sure that that meeting ends within the agreed time. Because protracted or lengthened meetings are rather boring. Fifthly, we shall look at trust. You have to trust others, and others will trust you. But if you doubt others, then those people you doubt on, they will not trust you. Number 6, let's look at truthfulness. Let's always be telling the truth. Even if, when it may mean that you are in danger, try to tell the truth. Because it is the Bible stipulates that you say the truth, and the truth will save you. The truth is going to save you if you say the truth. Lastly, we can look at toil and moil. By toil and moil is meant that we must work hard. In our duties, we have to work hard. Not only that, but we must also work hard in class. A good prefect must always be the best, like the president who is outgoing. He is always number 1. If they beat him, then he is number 2. So we should emulate what he does. All leaders must be clean. He must be prime. He must be first in everything. That's why the president is known as the first citizen. It means he is the wisest man above everybody else. So try to exhibit such wisdom by working very hard. You have to read books of leadership, and you are going to excel. Let me now turn to the outgoing prefects. They say, once a leader, always a leader. Now, as you are going into the world, continue being leaders. Improve on your weaknesses. Where you are not doing well, try to improve there. And we will be given certificates of leadership. Some of you have already been mentioned here by the matrons that you have been outstanding leaders, such as Rapson, Riomba, and Alinafi Pili, which means that in your case you will be given achievement certificate. I was proud one other day when I was at a certain college. I was given a certificate of achievement in writing. I was the best at that time. Only that people are wondering that I'm taking sciences. But at that time I was very good at writing, and I received a certificate of achievement at a college. So you too will be given certificates of achievement. This is meant that you incoming prefects, or rather students' council, you must also excel. When you excel, you also be given certificates of achievement. The French say, to say it all is to be a bore. Now, let me stop my speech here. Thank you so much for your attention.
Father, come at your right. Let me give in God at this hour to eat. Bless all the counsels. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.